What's going on, NDM crew? Welcome back to another video. It's long overdue. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, but a lot has happened. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. If you are familiar with the channel and checking back in, you'll probably notice that the atmosphere and the backdrop for this video is slightly different than what we're used to in the past, and that's because we are in a new space right now. So that video will be coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Won't be anything too crazy, but I do want to give a little bit of a background story of where we are right now, give a little bit of a quick tour. It's not massive, so it's not going to be anything too intense or too insane, but that will be coming out tomorrow, so keep in tune for that. And if you want to get notified for upcoming videos, make sure that you subscribe. And if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. And if you hear some things in the background, it is windy today, so we are moving with the wind. And I got the radio on in the background very quietly, so hopefully that's not too much of a pain in the ass for you guys. With that said, I'm just organizing the shop, organizing some parts here, and gonna start planning out some things for the Datsun. But while I'm doing that, I figured it would be a great opportunity to talk about something that I've been trying to get my hands on for the last little bit. And that is the new Toyota Corolla GR. Now, if you're familiar with the car, you will know that they're doing a limited run of the cars, so there's not gonna be too much going around, and there is high demand, so they are hard to find. And I figured I'd take an opportunity to let you know what my experience has been so far trying to track down one of these cars. And just for a little bit of context, this is in Canada. So right now, I'm in Canada trying to find the Toyota Corolla GR, or at least lock one down, figure out timelines, making sure, see if I can actually secure one, and we'll go through all that in a bit. So I'm just gonna start diving in to this, and as I'm going through, I'll kind of just talk about my experience so far. So let's do it. All right, there we go. Test, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, guys, I realized I didn't have my mic on the camera, so we seem to be plugged in right now, and I'm hoping that the quality is pretty good, is better than before. This actually could be a test for me to see, one, if this mic is working, and two, the quality's better, but I hope that's good, and the intro was all right. I don't really feel like redoing it, so we'll keep it in, and hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully all went well. I realize I'm gonna have to readjust this, but the Toyota Corolla GR. So I feel like the biggest struggle with this car is no matter who you call, and I've spoken to countless dealerships, some that are down the street, some that are 1 to 2 hours away, you get a different response no matter who you call. So I feel like there's no consistency, there's no, if you clicked on this video to get, help or to get, a firm answer on, if you're in Canada, what you can do to get this car. And to be honest, I'm not gonna be able to give you that info, unfortunately, but it's been a little bit of a struggle, and there's been little nuggets of hope kind of sprinkled in throughout this process. And I'll take you through everything, but they are just little pieces of hope. There's still never any guarantee throughout this whole process. So the past little while has been an interesting ride, and we'll get into it. But I think there's a few things that I definitely am not happy about, but at the end of the day, I understand why choices were made by Toyota to do it this way. It's been weird. I've been seeing, videos on YouTube of people that are already picked up their car. Again, not in Canada at least, but in the States. So it's just weird because things that I'm hearing are years out in terms of getting your hands on one of these cars in Canada. And it's just strange because, you know, I'm an hour from the border, US border, and, you know, there's people that, you know, seem to have their car already. So I don't know what I'm hearing is true, if it's just a huge backlog. I don't know. But these are all things that have come up, and it's a little concerning. But if the nuggets of hope that I've got, if they come to light, then, you know, things will be looking good. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. But it's a little bit tricky, So while I try and navigate how to get these fans on here for the Datsun, we'll keep talking about the Toyota Corolla GR. And as I just mentioned, the biggest struggle is not getting a firm answer from anyone. So most of the dealerships I called said, call back in 2 months, call back in 6 months. We don't know. You know, we're, you know, slated to get 1 or 2 cars, and, you know, they're already taken. There's a waiting list. We're getting to, there's 10 or 15 people on the list. You can get on the list. You can put a deposit down. There's no guarantee. There's been others that, again, don't even have a list. They think they're gonna get 1 or 2, but they're not, you know, they're not really taking any names right now. Again, and in terms of timeline, we're looking, you know, some said, you know, we don't know if the car is gonna come for a year. We don't know if it's gonna be up to potentially 2 years. It's just very strange. Again, there's no consistency in the numbers, but I did come across one dealership that was willing to sit down with me, have a little bit longer of a conversation instead of just saying, you know, call back in a couple months. So we went down to the dealership, and things were looking promising. And I know it's one of those things where, is it a false sense of hope? Is it going to actually, you know, come out to be something at the end of the day? Like, is there going to be, you know, is all this effort, all the work that we're putting in, is it going to end up, you know, turning into me having a car in my hands at the end of the day? And I really hope it does. But again, there's really no guarantee with these kinds of things. So the dealership I went to, and I'm not going to go into details of what dealership I went to, they were slated to get, they're a bigger dealership, slated to get 3 cars, and they had 2 already spoken for. So one, I'm like, okay, let's put my name on the 3rd car. So I have my name down, deposit down for one of these cars. But then there was the next struggle. I feel like when you build a car like this, you know, it's an enthusiast car. You have, your customer base is very, what am I trying to say? I just feel like when you're buying one of these cars, you're going to be particular in terms of what you want, what package you want, what color you want, things like that. And what I'm hearing is there's 0 flexibility. So if a dealership's getting 3 cars, they don't know what they're getting. They might know the package. So in most that I called, we're getting the core, which is the base. And they didn't know what color. They didn't know anything beyond that. They just knew I'm getting the base. So that was my next struggle. I'm very particular. I wanted, you know, a specific color. I wanted instead of the core, I wanted the circuit package, which is the next one up. For those of you that don't know, there's the core, the circuit, and the Maurizio. Maurizio being like a very special edition, like a race-inspired version of the GR. So I wanted the circuit. So what I ended up doing, and this dealership, again, was, you know, open to this, even though it's, you know, in speaking to them, it doesn't really seem like this will even be an option. But what they did was, so you don't have to hear the crinkling, they allowed me to put a factory order in for, like, my personalized, my dream version of the Toyota Corolla GR. So that's what I did. So I technically have my name on 2. I have my factory order in, and then I have the 3rd slot that this dealership is going to be getting. So obviously I'm not buying 2, just to make that clear. So we'll wait and see what happens. But that's that's what seems to be the struggle right now, is we're stuck with not knowing. You don't know what you're gonna get. Granted, most dealerships have been flexible to saying you can get your name on a list. If it comes in, it's not the color you want, you can, say no, thank you. So it's hard, but all I'm gonna say is, if you're in Canada, if you're looking for a Toyota Corolla GR, call around, see if you can get your name on a list. But bottom line, there's no guarantee. With the factory order in, with the, put my name on, one of the 3 that this dealership is getting. It's supposedly getting. Like there's nothing that's been concrete. I have a signed factory order for, again, my dream Toyota Corolla GR. And it's still very slim. So, and now it's a waiting game. So if you do get your name on a list, it's a matter of waiting 6 months, a year, who knows. The dealership I'm working with has been great. They've been willing to consider all my weird, or my just, one-off requests where, they said, we doubt we're gonna get a factory order in for this car if we put it in, but we'll put it in anyway. So, the fact that we're even trying, we'll see what happens. But again, most of the time you'll call and you'll just say, we can get on a list. I've had, people from the dealership salesmen say, look, like they work there and they can't even get one. It's one of those, weird situations where it's just so limited, and I don't know if there's just so much demand. But again, some dealerships I called aren't even getting any. And that 3 that I said for the dealership that I ended up working with, that could change. So that's the tentative numbers right now. It could be more, it could be less. It's one of those weird things. So we're playing a waiting game, but right now it looks like we could potentially get our hands on a Toyota Corolla GR within the next year-ish, I'll say. But it's been a struggle. I wanted to make this video just to kind of share what my experience has been with this, and I hope that, if you're looking to get a Toyota Corolla GR, that, you get some good luck in your area. And again, I didn't want to call dealerships that were across the country. I definitely could have. I don't know if it would be the same thing, but I would assume it would be very similar in terms of the response that I got. And as you go more in the rural areas, smaller dealership, smaller community, they weren't even getting any. So you kind of have to go big city to figure out if there's an opportunity there. But again, even so, a lot of them weren't even taking orders, weren't even taking names to get on a list. They just said, we don't know, and because we don't know, we're not taking any names. They didn't want to promise anything, and they didn't want to overpromise and under-deliver, and I totally get it. It's just crazy to me that they're very limited in terms of the knowledge, or not the knowledge, the information that they have. So it's been a little bit of a ride, but like I said, we're playing the waiting game, and we will see how things shake out. So thanks for watching this video. If you have a similar experience, or if you have any other information, put it down in the comment section. I'd love to kind of hear, how you're, I can't think of the word right now, but I'd love to hear what your experience has been trying to find and track down one of these cars. If you're outside of Canada, let me know. If you got one, great, amazing. Again, we'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we can get our hands on one. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we got a video talking about the shop and what's been kind of happening over the last little while, because it's been some time since we posted a video. Thanks for everyone for sticking with me. If you're new, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And we're gonna be getting some videos rolling out soon. In the shop video, there's gonna be a little bit of hints on what's going on. We're gonna kind of we're gonna preview, I can't speak today. We're gonna preview a couple of the projects that we got happening very, very, very soon, including what's happening right here.
Between quick welds with this thing, make sure it's sitting flat.
Just gonna squeeze it. Thanks for watching. Peace out and stay classy, crew.